Now I am here to give the concluding remarks, a very difficult task, not because it's already 6:30, but because in this thought leadership conclave, we have had so many wonderful and innovative ideas to make the Indian Armed Forces the finest war-fighting machine, and our nation a Viksit Bharat by 2047. So what I am going to do is I am only going to recollect some of the important aspects and I'll highlight them. To begin with, Mr. Arnav Goswami set the stage by giving out the theme of the conclave, which was Nation First, Forces First, which I think he personally believes in that. Then he said, we are at the inflection point strategically, and I would like to highlight 2 points which he made. First one was narrative building is part of the warfare, which was discussed in the previous session. Then charter for the civilians, something very essential, and what society can do for the armed forces. And this was very interesting to me. Our Prime Minister also says that duty, not just rights. Now, this was followed by the keynote address by the Chief of Army Staff, and in his talk, he very much summed up the complete proceedings that we have had since morning. And in that, he highlighted that we are in an era of comprehensive conflicts, convergence of capabilities, and composition of the conflicts, or the form of conflicts has changed. And there are 5 very key takeaways from his talk. The first one is that land is currency of victory. The fallacy of the short war is over. The interdependence that we need to have pragmatic partnerships with other strategic partners, and multidimensional wars are the new form. He also emphasized that India is a net provider of security, not only for the immediate neighborhood, but also for the extended neighborhood. Now, Mr. Baba Kalyani, he highlighted the need for fast decision-making and shortening the OODA loop. Then we had a very fascinating conversation held by Mr. Kapoor with the former Army and the Air Force chiefs. And both the chiefs brought out some very important points. The first one was that drones are defining the battlefield, but the legacy equipment will remain relevant. Then air superiority is an existential prerequisite. Then General Pandey mentioned that information warfare is the center of the warfare, and theaterization is very necessary, and everyone brought out except some of the Air Force participants. Then Operational Sindoor has set a new normal in India's offensive capabilities. Then General Bakshi, in his outstanding special talk, cautioned us that we do not have the luxury of time. We need to actually speeden up our reforms and whatever else that we are doing, particularly the modernization of the armed forces. Then we were privileged to hear General Ghai, his remarks on the Operation Sindoor. And there are 2 things that I would like to highlight. First one is that India has now redefined its strategic posture from the restraint to compellence and has shown the political clarity. The second one was that India has exposed the limits of nuclear blackmail of Pakistan. And finally, we had a very fascinating discussion on air littorals and grey zone warfare. So what emerged was that all these warfare will start with a whisper and convert into some kind of a warfare. So all of us as citizens, we all need to be very, very vigilant. There are many other outstanding points which emerged during the discussion today, but I cannot cover all of them. I'm sure you all would have taken note of them and would also reflect on them. So with that, thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
And thank you so very much, General Bhaduria, and I request you all, please stay on the stage, and I now invite Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor to felicitate General Bhaduria. And a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. With that, as we conclude this evening, I invite Senior Editor Shravan Sen and Executive Editor Niranjan Narayan Swamy to please come up on stage for the vote of thanks.
I must say it's overwhelming over the last few months when we conceptualized the idea of having the Forces First Conclave. It's been an experience, I must say, that we'll all cherish all our lives, given the fact that we have come a long way. And as our Editor-in-Chief always says, that we are not doing journalism for business. And I believe when we come to our newsroom and you see this nation first, that is something that is with us always. And I want to say this to all our soldiers in uniform, that as we do as journalists, for us this matters a lot. And we have on a daily basis, when we go back to the newsroom, when every news comes in from across the country, this is in our mind. This is our driving force, that our nation is first. And for us, forces first. Niranjan.
Shravan, just a small anecdotal mention to all our officers here. So we have a Gen Z working in our newsrooms. All of them are in their 20s, early 20s. Something changed after Operation Sindoor. Every time when we get a video from our armed forces, whether it's the Air Force, the Army or the Navy, the entire newsroom lights up, and that's the next video that we break or put on air. So thank you for that. And in our vote of thanks, I'd like to say that this conclave has not merely been an event, it's been a reaffirmation of faith. Faith in Bharat's armed forces, faith in our nation's destiny, and faith in the idea that the uniform and the spirit it carries is the truest embodiment of the words nation first, forces first. And Republic Media Network conveys its deepest gratitude to General Upendra Dwivedi, Chief of the Army Staff, whose keynote address this morning was not just a speech, but a call to action. His words have reminded us that Bharat stands at a defining moment where strength must walk hand in hand with conscience and courage with character. Sean.
A profound thanks to also senior officers and veterans whose presence and insights gave this conclave its gravitas and heart. Lieutenant General Devendra Sharma, Lieutenant General Ajay Chandpuria, Lieutenant General Abhijit S. Pendarkar, Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai, Lieutenant General Sumir Ivan Dekuna, Lieutenant General Dushyant Singh, Major General Sandeep Sharda, Air Marshal Diptendu Chaudhary, Lieutenant General M.U. Nair, Lieutenant General A.K. Bhatt, Lieutenant General Raj Shukla, Major General G.D. Bakshi. We extend our respect and also gratitude to all these 57 serving officers who have joined our conclave. And I know it's been a very difficult day. Many of you have come away from your family and been with us. It means a lot to every officer who was in this auditorium today, all the 57 officers. Their presence reminds us that even as the nation prepares to celebrate Diwali, thousands of soldiers will not be home. They will be at their posts, in the biting cold of the Himalayas, on the decks of warships, in the deserts and forests, keeping watch so that the rest of Bharat may sleep in peace. To every soldier, sailor, and an air warrior who was not even present at this gathering, this gratitude is for them.
Republic Media Network is also extending its heartfelt thanks to Sri Baba Kalyani, Chairman, Managing Director of Bharat Forge, for his steadfast commitment to Atmanirbharta and defense and for his support to this conclave. A special note of appreciation to our partner, the Center for Land Warfare Studies, CLAWS. This collaboration has been one of pride and purpose that Shravan has led, and the intellectual clarity, vision and rigor that CLAWS has brought to this platform has made this conclave truly meaningful. Shravan.
I would say that it's a perfect integration that has actually happened between CLAWS and Republic. And I think so this is a message across for the tri-services that this can't be better than a this is the kind of integration that we have done. So thank you very much, General Dushyant. And apologies if we have gone wrong somewhere. We've tried to stick to our timelines. Hopefully the next Forces First Conclave will stick to the time.
On behalf of our network, the Republic Media Network, we dedicate this conclave and our deepest thanks to each one of you in uniform, to those who protect this nation, not just with weapons, but with will, honor, sacrifice. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.